Windsor Fine Jewelers, where after November 1st, we're open 7 days a week for the holidays. And where everywhere you turn, you find the most celebrated artistry, the most dedicated commitment to your satisfaction, and it's all just an easy drive from where you are right now. It's been fun. I hope we can do this again soon. Till then, I'm Anna Christina, wishing you the very best of the holiday season. From all of us at Windsor Fine Jewelers.
Nights, weekends, 24/7.
Get your St. Crawford on the line. Call 999-9999.
Introducing the First Alert Radar Network.
With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street.
First just got faster. Trust meteorologist Chris Still for your First Alert.
Our First Alert has always given you the edge against severe weather. And now, with our new First Alert Radar Network, First just got even faster. With up to 10 times the resolution of other local radars and technology that can pinpoint right down to your street. First just got faster.
Together, Parker's Kitchen and our customers raised over $300,000 last year to help our partner Wrdw project. So thank you for rounding up our checkout. Your change really does make a change.
The weather, it's something that affects us all every day. From sunny to severe and anything in between. This is why we First Alert.
Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
Breaking news, a Columbia County deputy is dead, another injured, and police say the suspect involved is no longer a threat to the community. Good morning, I'm Audrey Dickerber. Thanks for joining us. The Sheriff's Office says there's going to be a news conference this afternoon about what unfolded last night. Authorities say the two deputies were shot during a traffic stop yesterday afternoon around 6:30 p.m. It happened near the Jimmy Dias Parkway and South Bel Air Road I-20 exit. Again, one deputy died, another was injured. There's no word on how badly yet or who the deputies are. After the shots were fired, law enforcement spent most of the night trying to find the suspect. And Columbia County deputies identified the suspect as James Blake Montgomery. They say he was inside an RV on I-20 near exit 194. Once again, he's not a threat to the community, and law enforcement made that clear by 9:30 p.m. But as for why, well, we're still trying to work that out. And at 12:30 a.m., we heard from our crew, law enforcement breached the RV. Now, if you look closely, you might be able to see their flashlights through that windshield. A half hour later, the crew said some authorities drove away from the area. Now, we did not get another update on what they may have found inside, so we'll let you know if those details are shared before the press conference. And before this, they closed both sides of the interstate near exit 194 and Jimmy Dias Parkway. We could only watch from afar as they approached the RV. Our crew says they heard 4 explosions during that time, at least one caught on camera. A source involved with the investigation tells us they tried to use explosives and a robot to get inside that RV. And that closure seems to be cleared up now. Now take a look. This is Georgia's 511 map. Throughout the night, we saw a closure icon sitting beside the exit with the dash marks showing how far it stretched. And it packed both eastbound and westbound traffic. Those icons are gone now, but we'll let you know if GDOT sends us an update about the reopening. And before everything shut down in the area, we heard from workers about what they heard or saw on South Bel Air Road.
Well, at first, I seen one of the police officers like swarm in here, and I thought somebody had like choked or something. And then I seen plenty of other officers swarm in the parking lot, and I heard 3 gunshots and people yelling. And I guess that's when he shot the officer. And after that, then that's when I started seeing like sheriffs from Burke County and all that swarm. And then that's when the news came out on Facebook that dude has trapped himself in a camper and he is heavily armed.
And condolences are pouring in from law enforcement and even Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. He posted on social media that his family will pray for the deputies, their loved ones, and the sheriff's office. He says, quote, "We're painfully reminded of why those who wear a badge have more than earned our enduring respect and appreciation." In the Richmond County Sheriff's Office and Augusta Fire EMA shared their condolences too. The Sheriff's Office called yesterday a very sad day for the CSRA and says they are keeping the fallen deputies' family, friends, and brothers in blue at the top of mind. The fire department says they also pray for the deputy in the hospital right now. They want to uplift the Columbia County Sheriff's Office and the entire community at this time. And this is what Augusta's mayor had to say online. He's heartbroken and praying for the sheriff's office and the county as a whole. He believes everyone will, quote, honor their sacrifice and pray for the difficult days ahead. And now this is what we could find out about the suspect. We're told James Blake Montgomery has been working a series of odd jobs like landscaping and tree removal while living in that RV. And then he has had a history with the law. Court records show he was charged with aggravated assault 2 years ago. And last December, he took his first offender status and the case was disposed. That means there was no conviction, and again, he's no threat to the community. In terms of why, we'll get to the bottom of it, and that press conference is this afternoon. So be sure to visit News 12 and 26 app for the updates, and on our website, wrdw.com.
Well, we are going to be cooling off just a little bit as we head into your Sunday. A cold front's moving through as I speak this morning. No rain with that, but a little bit cooler today and tomorrow. We do have a warm-up on the way toward mid to late week. No rain in the forecast until around the end of the week, probably at least Thursday. Probably look ahead to next weekend coming up in the full forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Chris. And new this morning, a man is dead from a shooting on the 19th. The Richmond County coroner says Tracy Wrdw was shot at least once on Broad Street. He just died yesterday afternoon. An autopsy has been scheduled, and authorities say the two suspects, 28-year-old Damon Cole and 27-year-old Destiny Reeves, are accused of trying to lure the 61-year-old to a car and rob him. But instead, authorities say Cole shot him in the head. His daughter spoke with Liz Owens exclusively last week as doctors prepared the family for this worst-case scenario.
And the last words he said to my mom before he walked out of home was, "I love you," or 3. He said that basically every time he left.
But when 61-year-old Tracy Wrdw didn't come home Saturday night, Brianna started to worry.
I was scrolling to Facebook, trying to, I was hoping that I would get a call. I was trying not to freak out. And I saw a headline that said a 61-year-old Edgefield man had been shot in the head.
Brianna and her fiance Jacob have spent the last 3 days by her father's side in ICU.
You prepare yourself for things, but you can't prepare yourself for everything. And this is one of those things you can't.
Deputies found her father shot in the head early Saturday morning, just as the bars were closing downtown.
What all did you hear about that night?
I've heard mixed stuff. I'm not really sure what is accurate yet.
Investigators believe 28-year-old Damon Cole and 27-year-old Destiny Reeves planned to rob her father. Preliminary investigative findings indicate that Reeves approached him and led him to a nearby parked vehicle where Cole was hiding. As Wrdw neared the vehicle, investigators say Cole emerged and shot him.
The hurt I feel is deep. The anger I feel is really deep, and I can't lie about that. There's anger there. There's a lot of anger there.
Angry her father won't see her graduate college in a few weeks. Angry he won't walk her down the aisle this summer.
She says she is very thankful to deputies for being proactive, which led to the immediate arrest of Damon Cole and Destiny Reeves. Both are charged with aggravated assault, criminal attempt armed robbery, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Cole is also charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And staying in Richmond County, we have an update at the demolition progress of the JP.
30.
Welcome back. Well, Creighton Park in North Augusta has been closed for a few months in preparation for something new. And this week, we got to take a first look on what's to come. Your First Alert meteorologist, Emily Acton, met up with North Augusta Councilwoman McCauley to find out more.
North Augusta is getting ready for a brand new playground at Creighton Park. This week, parts are being delivered and installed.
Creighton Park has been on the slate to be fixed up and revitalized for several years now, so we're very excited for that to be actually happening. We've got new equipment starting to arrive, and the park really had become an unsafe zone with the equipment that was currently here, so we even had to close it prior to getting this to fruition. So now we're excited to have new play equipment coming in.
There was a specific vision when it came to designing this park so it would feel right at home in North Augusta.
We wanted it to have more of a natural feel to it, so more of a earth-like environment, natural feel, kind of tying into the trees that are around in the park area, and then obviously the living history part over here too. So you're going to see more of a woodsy theme with it.
The new park will bring a variety of equipment for kids and families to enjoy.
There'll be slides, there's going to be a zip line, there's like a really cool log balance beam that kids will be able to come on, and there's going to be a lot of climbing features too.
The city has big hopes for the park to become a common place for families to visit in North Augusta.
I think it's going to be a great another resource for a quality of life amenity near our downtown area. Obviously great for kids and moms and families. Ultimately, we want to see it as a playground that you hopefully can go and get food at, and then come down here and sit under the pavilion and watch your kids play.
In Augusta, Emily Acton on your side.
And over in Aiken, the Dream Foundation helped a hospice patient achieve her lifelong dream. Patricia Turner says her mother was able to fulfill her last wish of riding a horse again, as her mother rode horses in her youth and hadn't been able to do it for some time. The family learned of her final wish a few weeks ago and talked about the dream being fulfilled at Sandy Bottom Farm.
It makes me feel pretty awesome to be able to, I'll cherish it and remember it forever.
Despite the rain in that afternoon, it led up to long enough for 2 horse rides complete with seeing a rainbow. This was such a sweet story. I also know we have a full story about it online as well. If you're interested in watching the full story, I highly recommend it. It's very, very sweet.
That is a good heartwarming story on a Sunday morning. I love horses too. They can tell who's riding them, it seems like. I know when I was a beginner in high school, riding a horse, seemed like the horse could tell I didn't know what I was doing and kind of took it easy on me. But anyway, the weather's going to take it easy on us today. 60 degrees at 7 o'clock, low to mid 70s at noon today. Some clouds around at times, maybe a touch on the breezy side, especially this.
Live from Augusta, breaking news.
Breaking news, a Columbia County deputy is dead, another injured, and police say the suspect involved is no longer a threat to the community. Good morning, I'm Wrdw. The sheriff's office says there's going to be a news conference this afternoon about what unfolded last night. Authorities say the 2 deputies were shot during a traffic stop yesterday afternoon around 6:30 p.m. It happened near the Jimmy Diaz Parkway and South Bel Air Road I-20 exit. Again, 1 deputy died, another one was injured. There's no word on how badly yet or who the deputies are. After the shots were fired, law enforcement spent most of the night trying to find the suspect. Columbia County deputies identified the suspect as James Blake Montgomery. They say he was inside an RV on I-20 near exit 194. Once again, he is not a threat to the community today, and law enforcement made that PM. But as for why, we're still working to figure that out. And at 12:30 a.m., we heard from our crew that law enforcement breached the RV. Now, if you look closely here, you might be able to see their flashlights throughout the windshield. A half hour later, the crew said some authorities drove away from the area. We did not get another update on what they may have found inside, so we'll let you know if those details are shared before the press conference. And before this, they closed both sides of the interstate near exit 194 and Jimmy Diaz Parkway. We could only watch from afar as they approached the RV. Our crew says they heard 4 explosions during that time. One we caught on camera. A source involved with the investigation tells us they tried to use explosives and a robot to get inside. And that closure seems to be cleared up now. Now, take a look. This is Georgia's 501 map. Throughout the night, we saw a closure icon sitting beside the exit with dash marks showing how far it stretched and impacted both eastbound and westbound traffic. Those icons are gone now, but we'll let you know if GDOT sends an update about the reopening. Before everything shut down in the area, we heard from workers about what they heard or saw on the road.
All I seen was the officers flying up the road, and then next thing you know, they sealed the road off. And before I know it, we was empty and the road was backed up going that way. That's all I know. From what I heard, it was a traffic stop, and basically a traffic stop gone wrong. The man pulled a gun out and he shot the officers.
And condolences are pouring in from law enforcement and even Georgia's Attorney General. Chris Carr says hearts are broken for Columbia County. He says anyone willing to put on the uniform for an unsafe job with someone waiting at home for them deserves so much support. He's praying for the fallen deputy, the other injured, and those who serve with them. And even the Barnwell Police Department wanted to share their support. They say their force is praying for the families of their two departments and that the suspect will be found and justice is served. And now again, there's no word on what happened to the suspect. The only thing authorities told us about Montgomery was he was no longer a threat. We've reached out for an update and we'll let you know if we get a response. But this is what we could find out about his past. We're told Montgomery has been working a series of odd jobs like landscaping and tree removal while living in that RV. Then he's had a history with the law. Court records show he was charged with aggravated assault 2 years ago. Last December, he took first offender status and the case was disposed. That means he was exonerated, but there was no conviction. And hopefully more details will come from that press conference this afternoon, and we plan to be there. Be sure to visit the News 12 and 26 app for updates or our website, wrdw.com.
Well, we are going to be cooling off just a little bit as we head into the last week of April. Not a lot cooler, but about 5 to 7 degrees cooler than it was yesterday for your Sunday. Another warm-up heads our way toward the middle of the week. No rain in the forecast until the end.
Thanks, Chris. And in 2021, Augusta city leaders voted to create a homeless task force. Now, 4 years later, the group is under new leadership and focusing on building relationships with the people they're trying to help. Your city government reporter, Sydney Hood, walks us through what they're doing to address this seemingly never-ending problem.
Twice a month, deputies with the Sheriff's Office Street Outreach Committee go to various locations across the county to build relationships with individuals experiencing homelessness. They're offering support and connecting them with resources that can help them move forward.
These pictures tell a story of what's a reality to some, but hidden to many.
We have plenty of individuals that stay in wooded areas in South Richmond County that have no idea what's available.
In the woods, deputies are not patrolling, they're asking
what their needs are. What can we help them do to not be homeless anymore?
And searching for answers.
The only way to do that is for our deputies to learn, just like they learn what the state codes are. They now are very interested in learning what is available to this population. What can we do to help?
It starts by reaching people where they are.
At our last engagement, we actually had 2 medical students with us that actually arranged for some of our individuals to receive treatment. And of course, we have our program with the bus tickets, which, has been in existence for a while. From Augusta Transit and the Salvation Army, we give them the bus tickets to make the appointment and anything else we can do to help them.
Rhodes says this is proactive engagement for deputies, volunteers, nonprofits, and other individuals that are on the task force. The overall goal, she says, is long-term solutions and not jail time.
And if you want to help the task force, the outreach committee will be out on April 30th. You can help and send a message to the Augusta Richmond County Continuum of Care for the Homeless Facebook page. And if you have a concern or see something suspicious, you can call 311 to report. And we've told you about 2 other big projects from the task force to help people break through barriers holding them back. That includes these mailboxes.
Where the CSRA goes for legal answers. News 12 Law Call every Sunday night at 11:30.
Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Get insider deals on spring styles from your favorite brands. 15% off the fragrances everyone's wearing. And jewelry that'll become your new fave. Plus, shop early for Mother's Day. Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Going on now.
Welcome back. Well, time is running out this year to reinstate a controversial program that gives South Carolina families taxpayer money to send their kids to private schools. It comes just months after the South Carolina Supreme Court ruled an earlier version of that program and that said it was illegal. But as State House reporter Mary Green explains, Republican leaders are confident they can get it done.
Republican leaders in the House and the Senate spent weeks working out a compromise on the bill to reinstate South Carolina's K-12 Education Scholarship Trust Fund program, which you might also know as school vouchers. Democrats have uniformly opposed this program, and now twice in the last 2 weeks, they have successfully delayed a vote on it in the Senate.
23 members are present. A quorum is not present.
With several Republicans absent and nearly all Democrats quietly leaving one by one from the Senate chamber Thursday during a debate on the controversial bill, there weren't enough senators to continue to meet. So they adjourned for the week without finishing their debate.
It's been a long week. We were here on Monday. We're never here on Monday. Monday was a long day. Last night was a long night with the budget, so I knew we were going to be down some people today.
But Senate Majority Leader Shane Massey is confident they'll be able to get the bill approved when they return next week. There are just 6 days to get this key Republican priority through the Senate and then through the House of Representatives and onto the governor's desk before the legislative session ends.
We'll get this done on Tuesday. It's probably going to lead to a little bit longer days going forward to try to get some stuff done. But I'm not worried about that. We'll still be able to get everything done.
And among the details that are being worked out in this compromise is where the money would come from to pay for this program. That's the issue that led to the state Supreme Court's decision last summer to strike down the part of the program that funded private school tuition, which is what Republicans are now trying to reinstate. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
And the Bio Bash took over the Aiken County Career and Technology Center last Wednesday. Our photographer Cameron Jacobs even became part of the hands-on STEM activity. Using the electric signals in the body from the brain, he was kind of controlled by the student. Let's take a look.
So I'm going to make a fist and you might fist. Do you feel it?
The Master and the Minion was just one of the many activities and interactive displays there, along with a STEM escape room. It is part of the Biomedical Science Outreach Team's efforts to celebrate Medical Laboratory Professionals Week. It celebrates the lab professionals and those who play key roles in healthcare and patient advocacy. We heard from the high school junior about being in the Aiken County Career and Technology Center program.
It gives a great jump to, like, you get to graduate with 2 certifications, and who wouldn't want that? I want to graduate and already have a career I can go into, and I like medical, so I like to do it, and I think it's really fun, and the teacher teaches very well, so.
And any student looking to explore programs can submit an online application from September to December. We have links to the programs page on wrdw.com. What a cool thing to be a part of. I would have done what Cameron did and jumped right in too. That seems pretty cool. Definitely would have trusted the students.
So she was making him ball up his fist?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. I mean, which is crazy how technology can work that way. It's also kind of scary.
That is some awesome technology. I'm going to have to get one of those.
Not going to ask why.
Never bring it to work. Anyway, let's take a look at our bird watching forecast for today. Sunrise was just a few minutes ago at 6:44. Sunset tonight at 8:08. It's going to be a few degrees cooler out there today. Only 73 degrees when church lets out today around noon. There's a live look at the sunrise that did come up 12 minutes ago. We do have some cirrus clouds up above, even a few airplane contrails, making the sky look extra pretty this morning. It's going to be a beautiful day at the lake today. There will be some clouds around at times. It will be a little breezy out there, especially this morning as a front comes through here. Water temperature right now there at Lake Thurman, 74 degrees. Radar network is not showing anything in the way of rain. If you're headed to Atlanta, great looking weather, the mountains, the beach, anywhere in the southeast, you're going to have dry weather for your Sunday. 62 right now in Atlanta, 60 in Greenville, South Carolina, and middle 60s there along the Carolina coast. Road trip forecast calling for a nice day today to head up to the mountains, 76. Another nice day tomorrow with highs in the mid 70s. A touch warmer along the Coast. A few clouds, stray shower possible today in Tybee Island, but basically nice weather down that way with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Around the country, it will be cooler across the Northeast, but it should be a mainly dry day there in Boston. A little windy, though, with highs in the mid 50s. We'll be much warmer than that for the week ahead. Here's our 7-day forecast. Down to 53 degrees tonight, a little bit on the cool side, but that is actually normal for this time of the year. The average high 81 will be 81 tomorrow, but after that, warmer than average. Our warmest weather on Thursday before a chance of rain comes in here on Friday. That's it for this hour, but we'll be right back with more news and weather.
We've helped injured people recover